3 little tricks to help shut down hecklers when public speaking. I've had to deal with a few hecklers in my time, especially during my years in comedy improvisation. I caught up with a friend last week and I was explaining how our business helps public speakers stand out from the crowd. And that's when I saw the fear come into his eyes. Because he went on to explain how he once saw a colleague heckled at an important work conference, and it put him off public speaking and presenting for life. We all have to handle difficult and challenging questions as public speakers or presenters. But there will always be a chance that you could be faced with someone who really wants to be disruptive and controversial, sometimes just for the sake of it. It's pretty unlikely to happen, as most people don't want to end up looking like an idiot in front of a room full of people. But I've seen it happen twice. And in both cases, the speaker was quite taken aback. In fact, I can recall feeling quite sorry for them. It was as awkward for the people in the audience as it was for the presenter. But that's something you can use if it happens to you. Most audience members are likely to be on your side, so bear that in mind, along with these little tips. Here's hoping you never have to use them, but you never know. Question time. If the heckler is just being generally nasty about you or your subject, but is not commenting on a specific topic or point that you've mentioned, then just ask, do you have a particular question? If you do this, there's a pretty good chance that the heckler will be taken aback, and they might just get so flustered that they just shut up. Well, fingers crossed. You have the floor, so you have the control. As the speaker or presenter, you must remember that you have the control in the room, not the individual audience members. But you can give a little bit of that control over to the whole audience to help make a collective response to the situation. After all, they came to hear you speak, not the heckler. Be brave. Just put it out there and ask the whole room, who would they like to hear from, you or the heckler? Think about it like this. A heckler is basically trying to wrestle your control away from you so that the attention is all on them. You can wrong foot them by activating a collective audience response. Remember, most people will want the disruption to stop. So harness that power. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignoring hecklers just makes matters worse. In most cases, they'll keep going and get louder. Wishing them away is not going to work. The best thing to do is to speak very clearly and slowly and say you've heard them, say you'll speak with them after you've finished, but you are now going to continue on with your talk. And if they're standing up, then ask them to please sit down.